Welcome back. This is Wayne Chambers with 36 Chambers Financial. It's good to be back. It's been a rough week when it comes to finances when you got our new president-elect and our outgoing president, and stock markets are kind of here and there and trying to get wherever they need to be getting right now. So what we got going on today, first we're going to talk about our subject, and I'm gonna take some messages at the same time. I'm still taking text messages. I'm trying to get all the information that we need, that you're trying to get out there, and we can keep it going. Now, today's subject, what we're going to talk about, is something that I really enjoy, and that's going to be, well, it's not something I enjoy, but it is something I harp on a lot. And if anybody who's ever met me, they know that this is something I'm kind of passionate about, because I can see that they take advantage of what's going on. And what it's going to be, what I'm talking about today, is going to be cable, internet, and phone. Now, this comes from Verizon, this comes from Comcast, it comes from several different choices, and they offer you these packages where you can watch 1,000 channels, and you can do a whole bunch of stuff. Now, what I want to talk about today is, why do you really need that? So the question becomes, what do you really need all of that for? Because they get you these special packages, and that's fine. But in the end, after that deal goes away, you've got to pay for that. Look what they're charging you. They're charging you a rental fee for the box. They charge you for, give you a piece of a charge saying, to keep your cable in and house stuff going. So we'll charge you $2 and something for that, or even $1.50. Charge you $5.99 for the box, which doesn't seem like a lot, but when you think about it, if they've got 2 million customers and they charging each one $1, that's $2 million a month. $2 million a month that they're taking advantage of people. And because it's $1.50, $2, people don't notice it, and they don't really care. So what I'm going to say today is, when it comes to cable, internet, and phone, all you need in today's society is your internet connection. They know this. That's why they're trying to subtly change access and things of that nature. They're even trying to get, just like a cell phone, they're even trying to charge you for data. Come on, people. Let's think about that for a second. This stuff that they've had running for the last 10 years or so, now they want to charge you for data. This was just like when cell phones first came out. Now you see Sprint is the last company that does not charge you for unlimited data. They even changed their plan a little bit because of what they're calling the new tech phones, so they're going to charge you an extra bit for that. But all in all, you can run up a terabyte worth of data and you don't get an extra charge for it. Trust me, I know. I've run up a terabyte worth of data on my cell phone, because I used to travel the distance from work I used to travel used to be hours. So you run that up, and now they're trying to move that to your internet connection at home, because they know already that the internet, how it's connecting, that's the way, that's the future. It's just what it is. People are going to be getting rid of cable very soon, because what happens is, you have hundreds of channels that you don't watch. As people start to understand how you're not watching these channels, they start to look for alternative means. The first people to do that tend to be tech savvy people. And what happens is they find different ways to watch the same shows that they're watching, but do it in a manner that's cheaper to them. And trust me, you can watch every show that you want to watch without having cable. That goes from sports, it goes to your HBO, it goes to, for those of us that like Game of Thrones, it goes to all of that at the same time. You can watch what you want to watch. So, the first thing that you should take a look at when you're trying to do that is sit down, think it through. What shows do you have to watch that you have to watch at that given time? For example, do you have to watch big Game of Thrones fan? So I want to watch Game of Thrones, but I don't have to watch it at the showtime of 8 or 9 o'clock on Friday. I don't have to watch it at that exact time. So you know what? I don't need cable because there are other apps. HBO even has HBO Now, HBO Go, got a whole bunch of different things going on that they have that you can use. Think about it. For $15, $10 for that particular app, you can watch everything on HBO in a couple of days. So then you have apps like Sling, which lets you watch football. It's got TBS on there. It's got TNT for people, different shows. You got the Red Zone. You have people that like to watch The Walking Dead. They have that on there. You have your lifestyle type of channels, which would include the Food Network, the Travel Network, for those of you that like those type of shows. And they are constantly trying to update their programming and the shows they watch. So what's happening is you've got to catch on to the fact and keep up with letting these companies die in the manner that they are operating, because as long as they think they got a sucker, definitely if they know they can get 2 million people to pay $1, oh, they're gonna get that money. But when you have just your internet connection, the main responsibility is up to you. And even then, a lot of companies find a loophole because they want you to use their cable modems. The ones you can buy instead of having them charge you to rent. Come on, man. This is what I'm talking about, people, when I say we need to pay attention to what's going on. Because they are charging to rent a modem that you can go out and buy yourselves. And on top of that, they're going to tell you, no, you can't use your own modem because we need to, it's part of our system that you can't do that. Come on. Anybody that's been in any kind of tech field knows that they can easily go in and add your modem to their network. Easily. They have all these people at these service centers. They have all these people calling you 24 hours a day asking you if you want to join, and you telling me they can't add your modem, which takes about 5 minutes. You set it up, bam, it's in there, it's done. Come on now. That's how they taking advantage of you. That's how they taking advantage of the situation. Now the cable it's part of the problem of how they take advantage of the thinking of what you could say is the average person or even low income individuals, because when you get into the upper income, they don't care. They just don't care. What's $5? What's $1 to them? They don't care. But for the middle to lower income levels, every penny counts. And so with every penny counting, we need to count them pennies. That means we need to be aware of where every little bit of our money is going. So with today's when we talk about cable, when you get back the $60-$70 that you're spending on the internet, when you get back the $5-$6 that you're spending on renting a cable box, when you get back the $2 that they're charging you in a maintenance fee, and get back the dollars that you're being charged in taxes, so your cable monthly went from $150 to between $50 and $70. You've saved yourself almost $100 in unnecessary money that you're spending. That's money going back into your pocket. That's money that you can use to go somewhere else and spend that money, or catch up on a bill, or invest it, or savings for the kids, whatever. You can use that money for something else. Now, once you start realizing that you can do without all that extra cable, then you start becoming a little more tech savvy, because now you start looking for, what programs do I watch? What programs do I really need? What programs can I take with me? I need to go on the road. What programs for the kids? Can the kids watch in the back? Disney, they have their own thing. You start looking at stuff like that. And once you pay more attention to your finances with just that cable, internet, and phone, just that little part of your household makes you start paying more attention to your finances. That's great. That is excellent, because now we've got more money, or you got more money to put into other things. Now you're saying, I needed an extra $50 last month. I got it. I needed a little extra gas money. I got it. That's how it should be. So with just the cable, internet, and the phone, and the phone they kind of throw in there, I really didn't talk about it, but the phone they kind of throw in there just because most people don't have phone connections in their house unless they're running a business, or got kids that they don't want to have cell phone, but you want to have an emergency line. So if your house is running off cell phones, you've already done it. You're already moving. If your house is running off no phones, then they just threw that in there extra. You probably won't even buy a phone to hook it up. Those small things, like the subject we're on today, just something that small, people, hundreds of dollars a year, hundreds, that you can use to do so many other things. Go on vacation. You'd be surprised at how that money adds up. You go on vacation, like I said, you can invest it. Like I said, you can put it for your children. Put it away for your children. So that's my heart. That's our subject. Internet, cable, and phone. That's something I talk to random strangers about it. I talk to people in Walmart. I talk to people I see when the cable guy comes out and asking me while he's working on my internet connection. He turn around and asking me, well, why don't you hook up? I'm like, why? Give me 5 minutes of his time, and he wants to take the cable from his house. That's how I talk about cable and internet and phone. It is such an unnecessary thing, and if you get in on it now, it's going to be hard for them to charge you for data when the whole starts getting in on it. So think about that, people. Think about that cable that you don't need, that cable that you could be saving money on. Really think about that, and you'll see that you don't need that. Move on. You don't need something like that at all. So that's the subject. That was the subject for today. I hope you'll sit down and think about that. I hope you'll talk that over with your spouse. I hope you talk that over with whoever is in your household to save that bit of money. Show them how to work around that. Or if you got any questions, I can tell you how to work around it. Give me a call, 844-463-6151. Toll free. All right, we passed the subject for the day. Let's talk about a little bit of what's been happening in the last week. So we got last week. We got and we're gonna stick to the financial part. I'm not even getting into the argument. If anybody saw, I made a quick video on Facebook about how you could take some of these empty towns and cities and do what everybody's planning on doing except moving out of the country, which is crazy talk, protesting when you don't have a goal for the protest. What I'm going to talk about is opportunities that have happened in the last week. I forgot how I came about it, whether I was reading an article or somebody told me, but on the ballot box for a lot of states was marijuana. Weed was on the ballot box of making it legal. A lot of states turned around and made cannabis legal. Think about that. They just made it legal. So that's going to force the feds to legalize cannabis. Now, how that becomes a financial opportunity right now is those small companies. Most of them are startups. They go anywhere from penny stocks to your regular stocks that are $100. But if you get to the startup companies, which average investors such as myself or even you can get into, they don't cost that much. They're not costing that much. So get into that stock. That's my tip for the week. Cannabis. Get into that stock. They have penny stocks that are. I went into a couple of them myself. I've got my computers running right now. They're going up. Look at that. They're going up. So if you get into these stocks at this level, and for people that don't know, say you're I'm gonna go to both sides. Say you're going for the penny stock. If you take $50 that you just saved on cable and take it and put it in a penny stock, you can take that $50, get 1,000, 2,000 plus shares, and if that stock goes up a penny, you made money. If you got the money to invest in $50 in up stocks, if that stock goes up $1, you got money. It's just that simple. But what you need to look at is your total shares. I'm going to get into stocks in another occasion, but what I wanted to let you know about was it's an opportunity to invest in some startup companies that work with cannabis. So I'm going to let you do that research on your own. I'm going to let you go ahead and take care of what you need to take care of. But that's one of the opportunities I came across. I wanted to share that with you so you would know about something that the average person can invest in and make some money off of. It's hard to get into penny stocks. Penny stocks are really volatile. Stocks are volatile in themselves. But I'm warning you about penny stocks. Getting into that can be here today, gone tomorrow. So you got to watch that. That's a disclaimer. Watch that when you're dealing with penny stocks. When you're dealing with the other companies that are in the $50 to $100 plus range, or even I'm gonna go a little bit lower. When you start dealing with probably 15 and up, you're dealing with companies that have been around for a while, and even though stocks go up and down, you can still invest in those companies and do something good with your money and get some money back and find a way. Once you start watching that, you'll see that you get into that revenue, and when that money starts, it starts getting addictive, and you start paying attention to stocks, and you start seeing how everything around us affects these stocks. So what you should do pay attention, get invested, get some of this money that's out there, and start bringing that money home to yourself. So, we talked about the internet cable. Got my tip of the look into this stock for the week. As usual, when you dealing with your finances, and this is me on the way out, when you dealing with your finances, building that foundation, which is your knowledge, is the most important part. So the more knowledge you have, the better. So if there's any questions, I see I had everybody captivated. I ain't had no questions and everybody stayed on topic. Once again, this is Wayne Chambers, 36 Chambers Financial. Give us a call Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. 7 p.m. The number is 844-463-6151. And you all have a nice day. Thank you.